5. Sunday afternoon, the 13th of March, 2022. Attention! Dishonourable New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet and his Dishonourable Brad Hazzard, Health and Research Minister. As you are aware, under the ACT law, Canberrans can possess up to 50 grams of dried cannabis and 150 grams of wet cannabis. Exceeding these limits incurs a simple cannabis offence in the form of a fine, and not a criminal charge. Possession of cannabis has been decriminalised in South Australia, the Northern Territory and the ACT for nearly 30 years. The ACT's Labor government passed laws in 2020 allowing adults to grow and possess small amounts for personal use. I am literally on my deathbed with stage 4 cancer all through my body. I have severe, crushing, stabbing pain. 9 out of 10. Morphine is next to useless. Constipates me. Blockages, blocking my parastoma hernia, can make me feel worse. I have been begging Westmead Public Hospital Princess Mary Cancer Centre for Medical Cannabis and New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet, Health and Research Minister Brad Hazzard. They are not listening, not responding, aggressively pushing horrible narcotics instead. Why? Euthanasia bill. Useful medicinal cannabis may well prevent many assisted suicides. It has been used for successfully in Europe and the USA for decades. Narcotics or medicinal cannabis. It is a no-brainer. Friday the 26th of November, 2021. The Voluntary Assisted Suicide Bill successfully passed the lower house of New South Wales Parliament, with 52 MPs in favour and 32 against. The bill passed on the last sitting day of the year 2021. The bill will be debated in 2022. Free article. A review of medicinal cannabis in cancer pain management. https://pubmed.ncbi.nih.gov/28,866,904. Insufficient management of cancer-associated chronic and neuropathic pain adversely affects patient quality of life. Patients who do not respond well to opioid analgesics, or have severe side effects from the use of traditional analgesics, are in need of alternative therapeutic options. Anecdotal evidence suggests that medical cannabis has potential to effectively manage pain in this patient population. This review presents a selection of representative clinical studies, from small pilot studies conducted in 1975, to double-blind placebo-controlled trials conducted in 2014, that evaluated the efficacy of cannabinoid-based therapies containing tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, and cannabidiol, CBD, for reducing cancer-associated pain. A review of literature published on Medline between 1975 and 2017 identified 5 clinical studies that evaluated the effect of THC or CBD on controlling cancer pain, which have been reviewed and summarized. 5 studies that evaluated THC oil capsules, THC, CBD or a mucosal spray, nabiximols, or THC or a mucosal sprays found some evidence of cancer pain reduction associated with these therapies. A variety of doses ranging from 2.7 to 43.2 mg day THC and 0.40 mg day CBD were administered. Higher doses of THC were correlated with increased pain relief in some studies. One study found that significant pain relief was achieved in doses as low as 2.7 to 10.8 milligrams THC in combination with 2.5 to 10.0 milligrams CBD, but there was conflicting evidence on whether higher doses provide superior pain relief. Some reported side effects include drowsiness, hypertension, mental clouding, and nausea and vomiting. There is evidence suggesting that medical cannabis reduces chronic or neuropathic pain in advanced cancer patients. However, the results of many studies lacked statistical power, in some cases due to limited number of study subjects. Therefore, there is a need for the conduct of further double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials with large sample sizes in order to establish the optimal dosage and efficacy of different cannabis-based therapies.
There you are, Brad Hazzard. You're the Health and Research Minister. How about doing a bit of research? Instead of making people take narcotics when they can be taking medicinal cannabis for cancer. What's wrong with you, you sick puppy? Australia's underground medicinal marijuana growers. Vice. SBS, I think it is.
that this is an answer and we need access to. And to be made to feel a criminal, I shouldn't be made to feel like a criminal. If you have a loved one dying of cancer, I'm more than happy to help you. I'll tell you, where you can buy the machines from, and I will walk you through any stage. It is all information that is freely available in the States right now, and thanks to Google and Facebook, you can't stop that information from getting everywhere and anywhere. And I did promise the balls would stick together, so there you go. And you can take these home.
Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. When you do 2,000, 3,000 of these, it definitely gets meditative. You get into a rhythm. We've lost a lot of patients, I'm not gonna lie. Cannabis is not a cancer cure. It's medicine, but not, something that will just take away stage 4 metastasis and fucking clear you up completely and just shock all the doctors. Oh, wow, blah, blah, blah. That's anecdotal, people telling you they've been cured and fucking whatever. When you lose patients, when you actually have people dying, then it's a bit different. Doctors don't go to fucking funerals and hear about all their patients that die. We do. I don't know. It's hard.
My story is a very common story. I'm no one special by any means. I'm one of the lucky ones because I can stand above this shit and still be here. As my kids were growing up, doing school runs, I had my own business. I was just doing everything that I always wanted to do, and I'm thinking, I love my life. I absolutely love my life, and it fucking got taken away. I kept saying to my doctors, I've got depression, I've got anxiety, I'm suicidal, and you're giving me these fucking drugs that I can take my own life with. It just makes no sense. The amount of heartache in there, my house is in there, my ex-partner's in there, my kids are in there, my life, my sanity, my will to live was all reduced to fucking ashes. The best way I can describe it after, say, 10 years of not using any cannabis, and when I reintroduced it through a vaporizer, just this feeling of coming home to myself. It's like, where the fuck have I been? It's like I've been living outside of my own head for years. They talk about cannabis being a gateway drug, and it's like, mate, it's the gate out. That's the one plant that can get you off all this shit. Why is Australia so fucking stupid? Why can't they see the potential that this has?
When you become really good at this, you start to understand that there's a very big relationship between this plant and us. When you start talking to this plant, the plant talks back. It's hard to explain, but you'd have to walk in my shoes to understand what it means to grow this. When I was raided, I just felt like absolute shit because you're doing something that's so good for people and then you have it all taken away and then you're in trouble for it. Last time when I was caught, the day that they caught me, I went, did my interview, got back out, planted seeds straight away. I don't really give a fuck. I hate the idea that they think that I'm just going to bend over because it's the law. There's no point really stressing myself out about something that's always going to be like this until people actually stand up and go, fuck this is wrong.
scenario is just for us all to not have to be paranoid, for us all to have a good sleep at night, to know that we're safe, to know, you know, that we can wake up tomorrow and not be in jail or hassled by the police, that we can provide for people genuinely. I mean, this is all black market, this is all illegal. We're going completely against the grain, against the government. At any time we could be shut down and arrested. I can't see it ever not being a part of my life, to be honest.
Therapeutic Goods Administration, Office of Drug Control, Premier of Victoria and the Victorian Minister for Health were all unavailable for interview. Well, how about you, Health Minister Brad Hazzard in New South Wales? Premier Dominic Perrottet? You had cancer, you would be taking medicinal cannabis. You hypocrites.